Hey, we're there. We've landed. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. It's 4 o'clock. It's Wednesday. It's time for some grumpy grammar. Oh dear. If you've joined us over the last couple of sessions, you'll know we're doing weekly live sessions now for people to help you in the run up towards SAT. 65 days to go now between now and when the Key Stage 2, Key Stage 1 SATs are due to land. It's at this point that you can expect your children to be entered into some high stakes testing, okay, on that week. And they might be going in feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit stressed out, a little bit worried, okay? And we don't want that. We want to make sure they feel prepared, they feel strong, they feel successful, they feel ambitious, okay? That they can meet all of those challenges sort of happily with a good mindset. If they can do this, then they will go on to high school and continue to do really, really very, very well as well. And the marks and the outcomes of these tests will help to determine the groupings that they'll be placed in high school, and the support that they can look forward to receive in high school too. So they are quite important. I don't think it's always necessarily for the children to be aware of these. They just simply turn up, do your best, and that'll be enough. But if they can do better, that's only a good thing, because it helps them to feel strong. And since we've been at school as parents, obviously the grammar, the curriculum has changed quite a lot. And there were so many people turning around to me, during lockdown time when you were there trying to help your child through it. And there were so many children complaining, hey, that's not how my teacher does it. And that's rubbish if you're a parent, because it's like, well, this is how you do it. So, well, that's not how my teacher shows me to do it. And you don't want to mess them up. You don't want to make things worse. You want to make sure that the children you're supporting them in the same way they might do at school. So I'll be sort of holding your hand through this, helping you to empower you to know how to support your child with the foundations. And every single week, we're going to be supporting your child in different areas of their SATs. So you can expect free online sessions just like this, live streams on Sundays at 4 o'clock, every day at 4 o'clock. Sundays at, not every day, Sundays at 4 o'clock. Looking at spellings, we'll be doing a weekly spelling test. I'll be showing you techniques on how to improve spelling and how to support really, really well. Mondays, fractions fun. We're looking at fractions. Fractions are a big headache for kids. And on Mondays, we're going to be supporting you to build strong foundations in fractions. Wednesdays, we're going to be looking at grumpy grammar, because grammar can make kids very grumpy if they don't know the basics, they don't know the foundations of that too. And then Thursdays as well. If I can, we're going to be doing Thursdays as well. I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure. I'm a little bit tired on Thursdays. It's a busy day for me Thursdays, but we'll do our best. And you can pop your comments into me. Let me know what's working, what's not working. You can sit your kid down. I think the ideal situation is they sit down in front of this with you, and you explore it together. Have a whiteboard, have a pen, piece of paper, post-it notes, things like that in front of you, and then you can always take what I say, move on that, and at least do one or two of the challenges. And if you've got a child that's a bit stubborn, if you've got a child that's like, you know what, I don't want to sit down and do more schooling after a full day of schooling, I'm sick to death of it, I want to go upstairs, I want to play on Fortnite, I want to play on Forza Horizon, I want to go play FIFA, I want to go kick the ball around. Good, let them. They need to go out. They need some time to socialise and let their hair down, don't they? They do get a lot of schooling. We know this. So what you can do is you can watch some of this with a cup of tea and a bicky, and just sort of watch some of this and just take it in and just kind of go, And I'll present a challenge in any session, so you can kind of go and ask them this, and it'll give you an idea of whether they can do it or not. And if they can, that's a green light. Is this? Do you know what? My child's on track. And if you present the challenge to them and they can't do it, or they start throwing stuff at you, then you know full well that actually, there might be a problem here. And it might be something you want to act on. It might mean contacting the teachers or contacting the school. It might mean contacting us so we can be supportive and helpful as well. But whatever it is, it'll help to inform your judgment, help you to feel strong and feel like you can support well. Okay, because obviously that's all you want to do as a parent, isn't it? Just make sure they've got everything they need. God bless them. So today we're going to be looking at grammar, grumpy grammar. Let's see. Grammar has the power to make your child properly grumpy at school, as I sort of talked about. So we're going to jump into just the foundations of what that is, take from there. So do drop us a line if you like. Have a quick slurp, we'll dive in. Should be a short one today, hopefully, short little video. So, the foundations of grammar. Nouns. What is a noun anyway? Nouns are the fundamental building block of language. And when you're sitting down and reading with your child, apart from hearing them read, it's a really great opportunity to reinforce some of their grammar in a way that's hopefully happy and easy as well. And of course, you need to know what a noun is too, to turn up strong as well. So let me just share the screen with you. So yeah, noun, what's it? Just have a look off the screen. Noun is a name, place, thing, or idea. A name, place, thing, or idea. Say it to them. Name, place, thing, or idea. The name, a place, a thing, or an idea. So Mr. A would be a name, and that would be a noun. Okay, I challenge anyone, if you're there watching now and you've got your child with you, if you're there watching, let me stop the share. If you're there watching now with your child, go and grab a noun. Nouns are things you can touch. So everything you can see around you can touch, go and grab a noun. Go and find me 3 nouns from around the room. Go and get them this instant. No, don't not just off your desk. Go, get out of your seat, go now and go and find me 3 nouns from around the room. Bring them back. Go and find me 3 nouns from around the room. Bring them back. Nouns are things you can touch. That's the first thing I want you to learn. Nouns are things you can touch. 5 examples of nouns. 3 things from around the room. Get it written down here. Share with me what you've got to get. So this pen is a noun. Why? Because it's something you can touch. What else have we got here? We've got some yoo-hoo. I've got some yoo-hoo here. That's a noun. Why? Because it's just something you can touch. I've got this nondescript extra special mug. That's right, Star Trek. That's right, Star Trek. And it's and that's a noun too, because you can touch it. So nouns are things you can touch. Get it written down. Show me what you're sharing. Show me what you found around the room that you can touch, because that's what a noun is. So what have you learned so far? Nouns are things you can touch. That's it. And if you're so hang on a second. Can I share? I'm going to try and share. There we go. There we go. So yeah, so nouns are things that you can touch, the things that you can, let's see, so, and then names, places, things, ideas. So, you know, obviously Mr. A would be a good example. That's me. Mr. A is an example of a noun. And what else? And obviously a PlayStation controller. PlayStation controller. That would be also a noun. Why? Because you can touch it, that's it. What else? What else might we have? You might have a phone. You touch a phone. In which case you'd be dealing with nouns, wouldn't you? Nouns are things you can touch. What else? Dog. Yeah, dog. Might be something else. 100%. That could well be something that you could touch as well, wouldn't it? A dog. So, you know, yeah, nouns are things you can touch. The names, places, things, or ideas. So, you know, you could also talk about places from around the world. So what places do we know? What places do we know? Well, we've got, obviously, you might have the United Kingdom, which is where we live. United Kingdom. That would be a place, wouldn't it? United Kingdom would be a place. Or maybe I should bring up Google Maps. That might be a good idea. Should I bring up Google Maps? Yeah, let's do that. So let's see what places, let's explore. Because you know what, actually, children, as a rule, in my experience, don't have such amazing geography. If yours does, then you've won the lottery there with your child, I'd say. Because, you know, actually, I'm just going to find it now. Here we go. We're just zooming out. Here we go. Here we go. So names, places. So yeah, so you might have names of places and names of people as well. If I just share my screen with you, I'm just trying to find it now. Share my screen with you now. Here we go. So if I share my screen, sorry for the faffing, everyone. I do try to be prepared, believe it or not. Yeah, let's jump into. Stop. You're making me look silly. Come on. Right, one thing at a time, Mr. A. Share screen. There it is, the Google Maps. And I've got to turn off this lo-fi music because this is just, it's not the style of what I'm looking for at all. Change that. Bit positive, not so sure. So yeah, so what places can we see? What places can we see as well? So we've got the United Kingdom, the name of our country. This is where so yeah, so this is where I am at the moment. So if I have a look, we can zoom in. And so this is where we are in Caister one-to-one tuition. We're in a place just that little Caister on the Sea, just outside Grey Yards. What other places can you see? See Norwich, that's our main city on Norfolk. What else can you see? What other places have we got? That's right, Lowestoft, Thetford, Attleborough, Cromer, beautiful place. Hunstanton, beautiful place. Kings Lynn, so Cambridge. All of these are places, and if we zoom out, we get places around the world, international places. So that's it, between nations. So we might have the Netherlands, Luxembourg, Belgium, Paris, probably heard of those. Can you see any that you've not heard of before? Can you name any of them? This is Dusseldorf, Dortmund, Cologne, I guess named after the place. Maybe they make a lot of perfumes there in Cologne. If you know, then you can drop me a line. So yeah, they're places. All right, so they're names and places. They're things and their ideas. Easy. Names, places, things, and ideas. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. Yeah, and that's it. That's all nouns are. And if you're working with a child, so first of all, what I would say, so it's a short one today, just turn around to them and just challenge them, hey, can you tell me what a noun is? If they can turn around and give you a definition and say, sometimes they're called people, places, or things, persons, places, or things, that's fine. It doesn't mean that they can identify them though. So just because they can say a definition doesn't mean that they can identify them. So I recommend if you're sat down reading with them, and if you don't read with your child, you do need to do that. That is a really important thing. Okay, when you're sitting down reading with them, challenge them. Can you identify the noun in the sentence? The thing that you can touch in the sentence. Although I will warn you, a little quick word to the wise. Let's see. While I've told you that nouns are things you can touch, and that's true, all things you can touch are nouns. There are also nouns that you can't touch, and they're called abstract nouns. Because if you have a little look in our definition of what a noun is, if you have a little look at what a definition of a noun is, okay, it's a name, place, thing, or idea. Ideas are things of the mind. So, for example, imagination. Can you touch imagination? No, because that's something in the mind. But because it's in the mind, that makes it a thing. So imagination can be a noun. Fear can be a noun. Okay? So if it's something of the mind that only exists because the mind makes it exist, then that can also be a noun too. Okay? So my top tip is challenge your child. Can they give you the definition of a noun? First of all, if they can, you've got a green light, you've got a good lad there, good gal, good lad, okay, who knows their stuff. And can they identify a noun in a sentence? So if you sit down, just pick up their favourite reading book, point at a sentence and go, hey, can you identify a noun in this sentence? If the answer to that is yes, then they're strong and they're on track. And if the answer to that is no, then they might not be on track. Okay, and remember, nouns are things you can touch. So if you just challenge them on that and they do well, then you can just go, my child's on track, don't have to worry about that for now, and you can step away. And if they can't, it might mean a contact call to the school. It might mean contacting us. It might mean getting up some, just Google, because let's be honest, there's tons of resources. It's not just us. There's tons of stuff online. Just type in noun activities, noun worksheets, key stage 2, year 6 nouns. Okay, and you'll get activities come up, tons and tons of great activities that are online that you can easily find and just pop a worksheet in front of them. And if they get into real trouble with it, then obviously you've got to contact us. All right, I hope that's really, really helpful and you've enjoyed that it's been useful. Please do share us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Add us as well and like our pages and subscribe to our channels as well, because we're going to continue to provide support to you during this time to make sure that the kids are going strong every day. I hope that's really, really helpful, and I look forward to speaking to you again. All right, take care. Thanks ever so much, everyone. See you soon. Bye.